Having a real hard time today knowing how to honor commitments I've made with commitments that I should make. And I feel unwilling to make promises to anyone, only hopes that I can possibly do work for them because I am so torn. And at times I feel that I'm a slave to these commitments that I've made. Not that I don't enjoy doing the commitments, but I just expect so much more from myself. I want to be able to make art again without feeling guilty, but I can't make art until I feel that my mom's business is doing better. And I know it can. I know it can change, and I know I'll be able to make art again. But meanwhile, I feel torn, and meanwhile, there are all these opportunities, projects that my husband can succeed at, and he is worthy of succeeding at these projects, and I should be able to help him with these projects. Meanwhile, there are terrible situations with the world, the weather, the scenes. People feel that they need to give away the labor of love for free, when we should all be paid for what we love to do. We should all be paid well for what we love to do. So I'm just, we can have our cake and eat it too. I know there's a way to get this. I want to be able to make friends with men and women without feeling like it has to be a sexualized experience, although sometimes I think that expecting interactions to not be a sexualized experience is irrational because we are human animals. But I'm hoping that we can kind of transcend the predatory sexual nature of interactions and come to a more community-minded mindset. Thank you, little sparrow. Sublimating desire or psychological problems manifests in repressions that come out in other areas that you don't expect or might not consciously know. So it's a very strange thing. I basically just don't want to talk to anyone anymore unless I can tell them exactly what I'm thinking, because I'm just so sick of feeling nauseous and disgusted by the tap dancing I have to do to talk with humans. I'm just, I'm sick of it. I just want to say what's on my mind. I know I have a good heart. I know everyone has a good heart. Why can't we recognize this in each other? Why do we have to suspect each other of things? It is a dark day, and I am largely solar powered. Looking for a sign from God. A for art. RT for RTA. Art. Ha ha ha. This is a lost cat. Her name is Ally. She's black and white, 3 years old. Let's see, there's a reward. If you see her, please call 216-374-3913 or 216-875-0312. Ost cat. Time. Footprint, which I thought was water, has actually persisted for, I don't know, a week. So I'm wondering what it is. Maybe it's oil, but it looks a lot like an animal footprint to me. Here is some BM or dirt. I'm thinking I'm on a trail. This is the church. It has been a church and actually a venue called the church. And it's really interesting. I wish that the last church that had been in there was still there, because I would go by and hear just this wonderful music. Just met Jen. Noticing these rubber band toys all over, and this one kind of looks like a duck. Whatever it has torn off of looks like a duck to me. This looks like something good to take back to a nest. I think I'm going to leave some for the birds and some for me. After I said that, this collapsed, and so I think it all gets to go to the birds. Aha! Found more of that cloth. Met with my friend Virgil, who is kind of like my unpaid therapist, and he validates what my will-be paid therapist helps me with, and it's really interesting how things converge. I have to work on a plan for the day, which I've tried to do, but it often changes. And plan for the week, which I wrote down a couple days ago. My plan for like what I expect for the foreseeable future until like my ultimate goals can be realized. So seems like everything's coming to the right place. I slept well last night. I got 8 hours of sleep. I woke up halfway in between and did some writing, but I got a total of 8 hours. And I'm still receiving constant signs from the universe. And I like it that way, but it can be a little distracting, so I'm trying to find a happy medium. I would like to always be connected. Virgil tells me that we are always connected, but I don't want to ever forget it again. It's just, I just feel so much anguish and fear much of the time, and I need to be able to hope all the time, because prior to this realization, all of my conscious thinking was based on worrying rather than hoping. And we need to transform worries into hopes. We need to deal with worries, but we need to transform them into hopes and try and not look for the worst possible outcome in every situation. We need to try and look for the best possible outcome in every situation. I think there are ways of priming the pump. If you can afford it, you could buy organic vegetables. That could help stimulate organic development in this country. You could try and pay people things what they are really worth. Someone was selling a very valuable CD for only $5, and they should have been selling it for like $20 or more. I mean, plastic is very expensive, and so is their art, and they need to be compensated for what they like to do. Anyways, I'm hoping that artists can actually start selling their work for at least $20 an hour, if not more, because they put a lot of time into the work. And, oh, I don't know, seems like a pretty decent rate to start with. I think that the level of payment should be graduated, so if you happen to be a very, very wealthy person, you should pay the artist, say, I don't know, $100 or $200 an hour or more. So it depends on how much you make, how much you pay for the things that you buy. That's what I think. Although I think that we've got to be conscientious about manufacturing new things to stimulate the economy, because we have to take into account the resources that are available on this planet and the impact that manufacturing has on the environment. There is actually a Great Pacific Garbage Patch, which is twice the size of the continental U.S., floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and I want us to clean this up. Where to start and stop is very difficult for me. I see this as a mouth with stitches. And this garbage bag, I remember in Morocco, our guide told us that we should not throw away the black bags because they can't be recycled or they have bad energy. And I think that the black bags cannot be recycled here either. If this is actually true, I want that to be stopped. or I want us to save all these black bags, and I'm going to leave this here because it's just a really interesting piece of art. Grandma and Grandpa always told us to pick up 20 pieces of trash in the site we were occupying. Although I don't really see this as trash, I see this as something I'm going to take home and wash out and reuse so that we don't have to buy more of it. It can be so time-consuming to try to be good. I know that we are all good at heart. It's just a matter of like being extreme about it or what. So we have to stop vilifying each other because sometimes it's easier to just dump it all in the trash can. But that trash can is not infinite. Malo, Mom, wow. Wamo, Omel, Owam, I don't know. There are flying squirrels in Tremont. There is a squirrel in the Ukrainian Museum lawn who just went like from there and went right under that tree trunk. But I couldn't get my camera out quickly enough. Pac-Man ghost. I am giving the ghost a little mustache. Yes. All kinds of food and garden things. The Cleveland Botanical Garden presents Ripe. Friday, September 24th, Saturday, September 25th, Sunday, September 26th at the Cleveland Botanical Garden. Special Harvest Moon Preview Dinner. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I assume it is about like organic food, I hope. I don't know. Eating healthy would be good enough. Who knows what organic is? Something to stimulate the economy and to stimulate anti-monoculture mega farms. These gas pipelines I see as like a sign of like holy infrastructure, but I don't know, maybe it's going to all be alright, who knows. Well, the ghost is back again, and this time he does not have a mustache because I no longer have a mustache to give him because the mustache is là-bas, over there. Hello ghost. Here is another fabulous expensive playground, the kind of lakeside which I had never seen when I was a youth. I wish I were little so that I could go on this playground again without like bumping my head. But I think that I can at least go up this thingy. Yes. I can go up this thingy. And maybe I can fit my fat butt down a slide. Well, I did it. I just love when people paint in freshly laid concrete. My dad did this for me once, and it's just like a way to erect a monument to yourself, especially if you don't expect to have a grave in the future. I don't know what the ethical thing is to do regarding having a grave because I don't like the idea of using up the resources for a coffin, but I'm wondering about the informational integrity of material after death and how it is reincorporated into the whole. And it would be really nice to be buried next to my grandparents, but I also want that opportunity for anyone else who might want it, and I'm not sure that it's ethical. Up till recently I had been planning on just being incinerated after I die, so I just don't know what the right thing is to do. I don't know what Steve would want.